Hi, my name is David. This is infj Writer, and I'd like to talk about juggling two projects at once. That's not really juggling. Juggling would be three. Just never mind. This video is going to serve as a bit of a work-in-progress update. As I have talked about in a few prior videos, I'm working on a book, and I've been calling it the Great Big Zombie Book, just because I don't know how long it's going to end up being. I was hoping 80, 90,000 words. Who knows, because I'm really verbose and I type very fast. But this one is ongoing, and I'm somewhere around 35,000-ish words on it. And there was this other just little thing that was stuck in my head, and I decided to write like a little bit of it, and then I decided to write more of it, and then more, and now that's what I'm writing. Okay. There's a perfectly good reason for all of this. At least I'm going to make one up, and then there you go. So just an update on what I'm writing and how it's going right now. Great Big Zombie Book is still right there, and I've been paying attention to it. My characters are not mad that I've left them alone for a little while, but it is something that I wanted to take a break from, and I find this with a lot of creative efforts, at least for me personally. Maybe it's an INFJ thing, I don't know, maybe it's just me. I have a hard time staying so focused on one thing for a very long period of time. I have to jump around a little bit, and I do it with just about everything. Video games. I'll start a game, I'll play a whole bunch of it, and then I will stop it and play another game, and then do that game a whole bunch of times, and then I see another game that's like shiny and awesome, and so I'll play that one for a little bit. But eventually I'll finish this one, then finish this one, then finish this one. I just gave you the finger. I'm really sorry about that. So I tend to jump around when it's something creative or story driven. If I'm reading a book, a lot of times, if it's a big book, which means if it's more than 10 pages and has words instead of pictures, then I'll tend to jump around from one book and then read a different one and then go back to this one and back to this one. It's just how my brain works. Maybe it's just like shiny thing, go that way, shiny thing, go this way. I'm not really sure, but it's how it happens for me. So this is no different than any other creative pursuit that I tend to have, and writing is no exception to that rule. For the longest time, I was stalled on the zombie book, and I don't know if you're a writer and you're watching this, if this happens to you as well, that you get stuck. I had that whole video about being a plotter and a pantser. You get stuck if you don't have a plan for what to write next and where to move forward. And that's very difficult for me. Without that plan, I kind of get stuck, I procrastinate, and I just put it aside. I also get just that creative fatigue. I've been working on it and spending all this time, I think of it that way, with these characters, that it's like, you know what, I'm getting to know you guys really well, and I need a little bit of a break. And we're going to be best buddies again, and I'm going to write about you and probably kill some of you off or whatever. But for now, we need to take a step back and just reevaluate our relationship. It's not you. It's me. It's okay. Then I went from that project and started this other one. And I think I mentioned it in a prior video, probably very briefly. I had this idea for an opening line, and I really liked this opening line, and then I wrote it and started writing some more, and I had absolutely no idea what I was writing about, what the subject was, what was going to happen, or anything. And it was exhilarating. And then I started kind of planning that out a little bit, and I'm like, wow, this is really cool. And then I started getting all these awesome ideas, and I'm like, wow, these are really cool too. I better start writing this stuff down. Before you know it, I'm working on a second book. I don't know. Sometimes you just have to follow where your creative inspiration takes you. For me, it just pulled me in this other direction for a while, and maybe I'll stop this after a time and get back to what I was writing originally. I really don't know, and to be honest, it doesn't matter. I'm just having a great time writing and coming up with cool stuff and enjoying the characters and just basically having a generally wonderful time with it all. In the new work in progress, which I don't have a name for, so it's not like Great Big Zombie Book. I can't even call it anything because I don't know what the hell it is right now anyway. But on this new work in progress, I'm somewhere around 3,000 to 4,000 words in. It's pretty epic. I'm actually really enjoying it. I have sent the first portion of it, which I've written and then polished and polished and polished and edited and polished. I've sent it off to a couple different people, and I've been hearing rave reviews on it, and people are just like, holy crap, I need to read more of this right now. And as a writer, that feels really awesome. That's good stuff, and it encourages me to kind of keep going with this one. So I'm going to do that for a while, and we'll see how it goes. And who knows, the next work in progress update I give you maybe will be something totally different. I'm not sure. Juggling both projects for me isn't too difficult, so I can kind of handle this, and I feel like it's okay. They're not vastly different. I kind of write in the same sort of style. The big difference for me is one of them is in third person and one of them is in first person. I would imagine if you're able to write multiple genres, that you'd probably have a hard time juggling two projects at once. Because, one project, it's like, all gritty, like film noir, and, the detective was smoking in his dark office and she walked in and was like, I have a job for you or whatever. And then the next thing you're writing is, oh, Mrs. Flutterbottom, and she has this, and this, and this is in an abbey somewhere, and so on. If you're writing two things that are so vastly different, I would imagine it'd be difficult. Eventually you'd have like some, 18th century abbey with some film noir detective, which would actually be a pretty badass story, come to think of it. All right, maybe I will have 3 projects. I'm not sure. Anyway, if you are juggling multiple ones, do your best to keep them straight. That's what I'm trying to do right now, and give each of them a little bit of attention. I'll still jump back, edit the one that I'm not actively working on, while I am writing and working on the new one. So that's it for today. That's my update. That's what I've been working on. And hopefully someday, not soon, but someday you'll see one of these in print, maybe holding it in your hands, and it'll be awesome for all of us. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Please subscribe. And just like is the trend right now, everybody says, click that little bell icon next to subscribe, and that way you get a notification when I have a new video, which is every Monday and Wednesday at 10 a.m. That's when they're released, unless I screw it up, and then it might be like 10:04. But usually it's every Monday and Wednesday at 10 a.m. Thank you for sticking around. I really appreciate it, and I'll catch you on the next video.